You're listening to Tales from the Flipside. Tales from the Flipside. Tales from the Flipside.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode 131 of CBSI Presents Tales from the Flipside. I am Bryan. We got a fun show tonight. Hopefully Ben will be coming on shortly, and got a nice little giveaway tonight. Boys, introduce yourselves.
Deno, aka just hanging out. Big changes happening soon.
Moving to a new club.
The club has been moved. So
robbed. I heard you got robbed.
Yeah, I got robbed, bro. I mean, it's bad, dude. Look.
It's Detroit, man.
Dude, yo, nothing's around here, man. You know what I'm saying? No.
Did they take the cats?
Yeah, I don't even see the cats.
No, the cats. Yeah, who knows? So, and I apologize right now because I'm looking at the YouTube description. It says 13 instead of 131. So we'll fix that later. We'll fix that in post.
That right now.
We'll fix that in post. But no, the club is officially moved. And you'll see my new digs like Paul, like P does. We'll figure it out. My new super secret location is in the bottom of a Chinese restaurant right now in the basement. So that's what I'm moving to.
Nice.
That's not good for the cats.
Well,
Do you know if Deno's new place has curtains like mine? Meow. Anybody's aunt, grandma, etc. The offer still stands. If you'd like to sew us some custom Flipside curtains,
I will be in a basement. I'm not. You're going to be bigger than I am. I'm in a basement. You're actually in a room. It looks like
you're in a basement right now.
Well, maybe we'll get lucky. I'll broadcast out of my parents' basement for a couple of weeks.
There you go.
Because I'll be a loser. I'll be a loser and be 35 living with my parents again.
Disappointed Pete Up's here. I got a 9/8 wannabe book, and I'm just kind of a little salty about it.
Oh boy,
that's all I got. That's all I got this week. Next, Nico.
I'm Nico. Yeah, I'm Nico, your weekend update correspondent with comicbookinvest.com, host of the Comic Book Strategic Investment podcast. Saturday at 9 p.m. This Saturday, I'll be taking a week off. I was hoping to actually enjoy myself, but it looks like we may have a trial on Monday, and real life is hard. For the record, Deno, your empty basement looks much more friendly than the reptile farm that Ben C broadcasts from, or whatever sort of like carny fucking basement he's in down there. So don't complain.
I would love
too
to hang
much.
out in that basement.
I know. I love his basement.
Oh boy.
Brian, Paul, and Ben, man.
That makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah.
Well, Jon Z here. I got a little corner of a basement that looks like I have a room. So,
yes,
living large.
I don't even have lighting in the new place yet. I have no lighting. I have to build out and frame it out, and I gotta it's terrible, boys. Well, we're gonna see how crazy this is. So.
I love this. Just got in. Can we ask for any books you may have for sale? We don't sell any books on.
Yes, I got one.
We don't sell any books on the show, but we do have a book we're giving away tonight. And for those of you guys in the know, go check out the IG Tales from the Flipside Instagram. There's a couple stipulations on how to win the book. One, repost that Instagram post on IG. And be part of the live chat tonight. Throw your name in the live chat, and we will give that book away tonight at the end of the show. And I will start keeping names as we go.
I'm not doing it. The only thing we sell here is fun, and it's free.
I don't even have. What's funny talking about that, boys? I moved all my comics and cards already, dude. I moved them to a secret location. So. I don't have anything to give away.
Stuff.
Yeah. I mean, armed bodyguards. I had to walk over with a briefcase. Handcuffed, a couple guys, big dudes. Bad.
Hey, man.
I think the
Whatever you
show.
gotta do.
It's
Whatever you
terrible.
got to do to protect your My Little Pony books.
Well, you know, hey, they're important to me. That Robert Hack thing sold already, Z, in like 2
Oh,
seconds.
man, that was gorgeous.
And the guy from Plymouth, the guy who lives, I know him personally. He bought it. He snagged up in like 2 seconds. I'm like,
Oh, that's all right. It was a pretty piece of art.
it was.
Hell yeah. All right, I'm gonna be busy getting some of these names, so have at it.
Oh, okay. Let me. We're actually prepared this time, so we have.
So where do we want to start?
Well, I guess we should start on the crazy news over the weekend with that. Well, not news, but all the craziness that's kind of happened with America Chavez, right? I mean,
yeah, you're right with that.
So
I guess I'll talk about it. So there was a America Chavez rumored introduction into the MCU via Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I guess, Nico, should we talk about the casting too? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the important part, right? Is the conclusion has been drawn from a casting call for a Latina female between the ages of, God, what was it, 12 and 15?
12 and 65. No. Yes, like a younger Latina for a casting call for. So we were putting 2 and 2 together and saying that America Chavez is going to be on the screen soon. So.
Yeah, so here's why that kind of makes sense to people. Her superpower is that she can kick a hole in reality, right? So she kind of melds well with the multiverse of madness story arc as it's been described by people. Regardless of the efficacy of the rumor, the books have been going crazy.
Yep. So everybody knows.
Talk about some of them?
Yeah, I'll talk about one. So everybody knows probably one of the greatest America Chavez books is the Art Adams. Was it 1 in 25 or 1 in 50? I don't know the ratio. I think it's 1 in 50.
1 in 50.
Yeah, 1 in 50. It looks really great. Let me see do we have a picture of one? Let me look.
Well, I tell you what,
God willing.
I'll pull it up.
kick myself in the rear because I recall maybe a year ago the OA for that was on Comic Link, and I thought,
wow,
man, that feels like a good buy.
Damn.
I can't remember the number. It was high enough that I wasn't ready to jump at it, but it wasn't high enough that I'm like, I could make it happen.
No, I won't. Well, it's Golden Apple, but this is the book.
Yeah, I regret it, but man, it's a good cover.
So this is by far
it's gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean it's a great cover. I mean it's probably and people forget that this is number 2. This isn't the first issue. This is the second issue. Number 1 really didn't have that. I would hate to say great covers that are eye popping like this one. So
well, it's kind of like Miss Marvel and the Melina. The number 2 is the much better cover than any of the number 1s.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's winter chicken dinner. Some of the
well, and then you
other
got
covers have been getting some interest. There's a Jen Bartel that's a little bit popular.
This one.
Well, you got to remember the Vengeance covers aren't that good. I mean, they're good covers, but it's not her on it.
No.
Like the Vengeance number 1 cover. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. But that Vengeance variant, it has always been a monster. Tragically, like a week or 2 ago, I was like, oh, that looks kind of down. Maybe I should take a stab at it. Well, there goes that one.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you got your bubblegum variant.
Yeah. So.
Dude, I'm about ready to throw that thing up in a no reserve auction. Let it go.
You should.
You should.
It's a beautiful cover. I'm not hating on you.
I still haven't slabbed yet.
What do you
Are you
have?
going to slab it?
The Outlawed.
Oh.
With the bubblegum. I don't have the Melina bubblegum book that started it all.
Oh,
Ms. Marvel too.
I had one of those, and I sold it, and your interview from 2 weeks ago was the guy that bought it. And I said, no way it turns to a 9.8. No way, no way. And he worked his magic and did it.
Wow.
And it haunted me
Yeah.
for years.
Wow. I sold mine at Slab.
Dude, Manoli's a beast. And it couldn't have gone to a better home. He's a nice. But Manoli's a beast, and he's a Kamala Khan diehard fan. So I don't think it could have gone to a better home.
Yeah, that's good. I don't feel bad who got it. I just feel bad I don't.
Well, I had one of those,
Heard
and it was like a 9294, and we got out of it. So
It's a pretty cover.
stuff.
Well, and it makes sense. It's a good character that could be introduced. You know, it's not
They're taking
far
their time
off to
on it.
believe. So
Cool. And we got let's see, we got 2 major books. Do we go to the perspective? So we got a rumor that Thor #6 will feature the return of.
Well, hold on. Do you not want to crank through? Hold on.
Go ahead.
Time out.
Go ahead.
Do you not want to crank through the rest of the news?
yeah,
Yeah,
let's
go ahead.
talk about the Time Warner stuff.
Yeah.
I'll let you handle the first part, Nico, and I'd rather talk about the fandom.
Yeah. So, long story short, Time Warner is doing some internal reorganization. There's great fears that there's going to be layoffs at DC. They've had a strict no comment policy about that, but we've seen shakeups with heads of major divisions at Time Warner. So it's kind of a fluid situation. At the same time, we are bearing down on DC fandom. So Time Warner was already invested in the streaming market. I mean, HBO Max didn't have the huge launch that Disney Plus did. You can already watch HBO on Comcast or a litany of other sort of cable networks. That I think hurt their bottom line, and they're trying to figure out how they can make it through COVID. So we'll see how this all plays out, but it's certainly something that's interesting, and we've seen a lot of different media outlets sort of report what they think is going to happen, but out of an abundance of caution, I will reserve judgment and hope that people get to keep their jobs.
Yeah, and I think this Fan Fest should be an interesting event. I mean, I think it's going to push. Ideally, what are they doing for the next bit? Because there have been rumors of 25 different movies. Same as with Marvel, every character's got a potential to show up. But I mean, you've got The Rock showing up, so he's definitely gonna have to talk something about Black Adam. Maybe we'll get some updates, some info. I'm sure we're gonna hear about the Justice League Snyder cut, which I think we're all excited about. They are really kind of making it look like a completely different project. I'm sure we'll hear some Wonder Woman. There's Suicide Squad with Idris Elba and Margaret Robbie, which we all think could be a much better movie at this point. I mean, it feels like Gunn is kind of getting to make a movie he wants, not just a piece of crap that the execs at DC put together. Maybe they've learned their lesson not to edit apart a project to a point that it's unusable to the real world, which they tend to be very good at. I mean, a lot of theirs, they feel like they've got a project and then they cut it and change it and then it ends up a turd. So maybe they've learned a lesson. Let the man who knows what he's doing run a movie. And was it? I don't think it was last week. I think it was this week that Gunn had his birthday and they did some of the birthday wishes to him, which pointed to Idris being Bronze Tiger, which has been one of the rumors, but you were saying it pushed it another way prior to that.
Yeah, he was supposed to take over for Will Smith.
Deadshot, yeah.
Well, that was kind of Yeah, so that was the initial rumor. Then it was Bronze Tiger. Then it was Vigilante. I mean, it's been like a real big moving target. Thankfully, I stocked up on those Bronze Tiger books. I, out of an abundance of caution and a lot of laziness, didn't dig them out and sell them when they produced that, or at least indicated that they were going to make that animated film here recently. So I'm happy to be holding those. The Lady Shiva book is just astronomical and high grade, and we'll see if Bronze Tiger can catch it. It's an interesting character because you've got the first appearance of the non-superhero character in the first book, and then later in the run, he takes on the mantle. So it's kind of like a split, but it helps you if you're out there digging to pull them all. I kind of have a little bit.
It's going to be a shit show because
all of those characters than I should.
But I hate to say it, do people really care about these characters? Honestly, I mean, does anybody really care until once a movie hits? I mean, it's not like I don't think it's going to go nuclear. It's not like look at the first movie. I mean, those books. I mean, Deathstroke was kind of high, but then it went back to right. Am I right? Am I right about something?
Well, I think you're right.
Thank you, Blade Runner.
Hey,
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, Blade Runner says, appreciate the content, guys. Keep up the good work. Shout out to Blade Runner for the super chat. We appreciate it. Much love.
Yeah.
Well, you're talking about will anybody care? It depends. Does gun work magic? I mean, people care about the Guardians. People care about the Guardians of the Galaxy. Nobody cared about Star-Lord.
Dude, I've been committed to I've been committed to James Gunn since the Lollipop Chainsaw. That guy is a genius, and I love what he does. And I'm not alone there. You know what I mean? Like, there's lots of people who are just like, you're doing good work, keep doing it. And I'm like a psychopath. I've got multiple copies of the first Polka Dot Man, multiple copies of the first Peacemaker, multiple copies of the first Ratcatcher. Like, I don't know that I'll ever sell those books. If that movie's good, I might just stare at them and hold them.
Except the Ratcatcher.
I like the Ratcatcher.
Okay, probably not that one.
Real quick, I want to update everybody. Again, we are giving away a really sweet book tonight. We are giving away this Venom number 25, Greg Horn cover, beautiful virus cover by Greg Horn. The trade press version we are giving away tonight. So basically, again, the stipulations are please go on IG and repost this, reshare this IG post. It's one of our latest IG posts on Tales from the Flipside. And then just take part in the live chat tonight. Talk with everybody and say hello. And then at the end of the show, maybe you'll win this book. And we've also got some exciting news about some giveaways in the future. So stick around till the end of the show.
Yeah, thanks to Greg Horn for helping us out.
Big shout out.
How cool is that? Yeah, you guys go check out Greg Horn art. Beautiful, beautiful art. Some beautiful, beautiful. We all know how gorgeous all his covers are, but make sure you guys go check out his website. And as always, check out all the cool people that we mess with. We hope you mess with. So go check them out. All right. On that note, let me change this. All right. Next thing was
what's the next one?
Well, do we talk about the fandom stuff? Because the Rock stuff, I know that you're all about that, Z, and everybody's geeking out over, the Rock and his, I don't know what he's got coming for the DC fandom stuff, but supposedly some type of teaser.
I would hope so. It'd be awesome. I mean, we've been waiting so long to see some kind of image of him really as Black Adam, and just a little bit of story, something would just push it over the top. Because I mean, who hasn't been waiting for this freaking movie? I
mean, you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna do it at the beginning of the first XFL game. He's gonna switch it up.
That's true. Exclusive trailer drop.
Boom! That's how he blows up the XFL.
It's not a bad idea.
He's gonna add lightning bolts to the game.
Maybe.
Play only in Lightning.
Maybe you never know.
Hey, who cares? He's an entertainer. He's not really an actor. You know?
Amen.
He's always entertaining to watch.
He's the people's champ, man. The people's champ.
But I get it. I agree with Charles there. I'm not a fan of his acting. I don't think he's a really good actor. The only thing that I think he really acted decent in was that the show he did on HBO where he was the agent. I thought that was pretty good.
Ballers.
But other than that, I agree with Z 100% that he's an entertainer. I mean, the guy's a wrestler, for God's sake. That guy is he's up there to put a spotlight on him and go crazy. Ballers.
What are we saying? Arnold was a great actor? No. He was an entertainer.
Yep.
You know, that's fine. We appreciate him for who he is.
Yep.
I mean, I liked him in the Game Plan in a Tooth Fairy, but I mean, that's just right.
Central Intelligence. That's a good one.
Oh, I mean,
Central Intelligence is actually pretty funny.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, we watch that movie once a week. And my wife then judges me. She's like, "Your children shouldn't watch it." I'm like, "It's funny. I don't tell you."
You know you love the guy. Come on.
All right. I'm excited for The Rock. I'm excited for anything about Suicide Squad. And then I think Nico said it before, is there's supposedly a rumor of at least 2 movies being announced, right?
What are the other movies?
We don't know. But I don't know. He said that maybe 4 weeks back that the rumor was that they're going to confirm a few things.
Yeah, you're definitely right. I did not watch Jumanji. That's for sure.
Jumanji's good too.
Jumanji, both of them were great.
Really? Are they good?
They're actually really good. I mean, Jack Black's in it too, so it makes it even better.
Both were really good, actually.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's just, it's got the sequel. I don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
Sometimes sequels don't live up, but I think they did a really neck and neck race between the two of them. It's a good family movie. Both of them are, I think. I really liked Shazam too.
Yeah, and I think that if they play off of that universe, it'd be hilarious. It'd be great because he doesn't have to be a dramatic actor to play that role.
Yeah,
you can have some fun with it.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm really looking forward to the Black Adam stuff. I think that this could be like the role that I finally think that The Rock is a badass, because I'm a huge fan of Black Adam. I think he's one of the best characters in comics. He can be a dick. He can be a really cool character at the same time. He's got a lot of different.
He can be a tweener character finally. Like all the tweeners love him. Do we think? I hate to say it. It's probably sacrilegious to say it, but do we think that The Rock could be the Black Adam, like Christopher Reeve was the Superman? Could he have that iconic role like that? Maybe.
At this point, it's going to have to be good because he's been built up for so damn long. We're ready.
You got to do something.
I mean,
I don't know. Hopefully, it's good. That's all I can say at this point with the world the way it is. Hopefully, it's good.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, I'm going to get caught up on some of these real quick here.
All right, so Nico, you want to talk some prospective spec, or you zoned out? I'm not sure.
He may not.
Yeah,
be
well,
zoned
no,
out,
there's more. There's more news. News.
I don't think it's on here. Oh, we didn't add it. I forgot. We suck at the outline.
Oh boy.
Well, let's hear it. What do we got? Nico.
Professionals unite. I think Nico's entering.
So can we bring up the announcement?
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hold on 1 second here. This is a great.
We need to write shit down because Nico falls out of the world too often.
Uh-oh.
That's been about 2 weeks?
Yep.
All right.
Because I think I brought it up 2 Mondays ago.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's. Yeah, well, but the announcement that is at least new for me is that it's down due to abuse.
It said
that. So it's okay. Whenever I would click on it, I wouldn't get that, but maybe I was just doing like an old link or who knows. But I think it's important to appreciate that this stuff is ongoing. And if you're a buyer in this market, buyer beware. There's shenanigans galore with people propping up books with bogus sales, and that it doesn't take a ton of them. It just takes one or two, and you can really move the needle. And that means that, as a buyer, you're going to have to be acutely aware of CGC census, of prior eBay, sales, prior GPA data, and kind of, follow your intuition and your gut about what is real and what is garbage.
And I will say this too, that at this time, this is August 10th, 2020 at 9:57 p.m. and we are still currently down. So.
Yeah, I was talking with last night on the Vintage Voyage. Peter and I were talking about the market before the show a little bit, just because the moderns are so crazy. And he had the best quote I've heard. He goes, "It's an interesting combination right now of irresponsibility and shenanigans, because there's definitely some theory that there's some irresponsible buyers in the market just buying whatever, the stimulus check rumors out there. People are buying more than they would." And then there's people just, buying a book for more than they would, and then that goes up, and then somebody else gets the idea to, well, that sale was good, let's make one higher, and then there's the shenanigans, and then you just need one other person to buy another one, and then you got a trend.
So it's interesting too, because it says, and let me get my IT speak going. So it says, if you're running a bot, please contact us at Gmail. Otherwise, the service will be down permanently, as eBay is now actively blocking due to excessive queries. So, in layman's terms, when you search a website and try to extract data off a website that's currently not yours, it's frowned upon. So what happens is, if you're pinging that site continuously and grabbing metadata off that site, if you have a great website admin or something like that, he's noticing that, and he can block that information from whatever getting queried from that bot or information. So that I'm just saying, that's not saying that's the reason, but it looks like they were pointing to that too. So, well,
I mean, what was it a couple of years ago when watch count died as a useful tool for that?
Yep. So I mean, that's what happens. I mean, when you start, and people are probably spamming the hell out of it. A normal person clicks on a website every probably 10 seconds, maybe back and forth, 10 seconds, looks at something, 10 seconds. When you're pinging the website 100 times in 8 milliseconds, you can't, the bandwidth, because it takes bandwidth to do that. So just so people understand.
I want to give a shout out to K Titus, listening from Japan. You freaking kidding me?
Yeah, K Titus is a big follower of a lot of the shows in the comic community on YouTube, and we definitely want to give him a shout out, because he represents hard for this community, and we appreciate him. So much love out there in Japan, K Titus.
Hey man, you see some comic books in Japan, you hit me up, man. I know a couple people.
That just caught my eye, so that's incredible. Definitely. Hello, good morning. Tuesday morning over there.
Starting your day with a Paul's problems. Oh shit, you're a brave person.
You guys want to hear a good Paul's problem right now?
Let's give our morning person a Paul's problem.
So I'll throw a short one and a long one, or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, I went on that vacation recently in the middle of the woods, dirt driveway, and I woke up to a flat tire. So that was a good time, trying to fix that with no solid surface. But I survived. Obviously, I'm back home. Jeez. The ongoing Paul's problem is I lost my car keys. How did I lose my car keys?
But wait a second. You're home. How did you get home?
Up there, the neighbor happened to be there. He had a floor jack, which could jack up higher than my junk, spare tire one. And
no, I meant your keys. You're home right now. How'd you?
No, it's a separate. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Flat tire was fixed on vacation. I lost my keys when I was at home. So I'm frantically looking for my daughter's iPod, because I'm such a good dad. And I'm like, maybe it's in my car, maybe it's here, maybe it's there. So I take my keys. The only thing I can imagine is I put them on top of my car. And I'm looking. And the next day, and we find the iPod, of course. So I traded in the iPod for a pair of car keys. And I have my spare. But anyway, so I get up in the morning and I'm half brained. And I think what happened, I go out to my car. I know what happened is one, my car opened and it doesn't open unless the key fob is near it. So I'm like, okay, my keys are in my car somewhere. I think, but I'm not sure, I started my car, which means the key fob is close enough to start your car. And I'm like, I still can't find it, but I got to go to work. I'm like, maybe it's buried under all the crap I keep on my passenger seat. I don't know. But I'm like, I better grab my spares just in case, because I don't want to drive 45 minutes and not be able to drive. However, if your key fob gets far enough away from your car and you're driving, apparently the car shuts down. Maybe. I haven't tested it yet. So I drive all the way to work.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I don't know what you're looking at, Nico, or you just react to my story. But anyway, so I think between my house...
No, I'm listening to your story. I was asking my buddy if he'd order a pizza for me, but... Yeah.
Anyway,
the notion of you driving someplace in your car just stopping horrified me.
Oh, I would have preferred it. Anyway, so my main set of keys were on top of my car, I think. I'm pretty sure. They fell off. My car must have said, well, that's nice. He has a spare with him. We'll keep driving. So I have I lost it Thursday. Today's Monday. And so I still have not found my keys. That's my ongoing Paul's problem.
Has your wife not required you to give those keys to her?
Are they under like in the driveway somewhere? Like
I've looked everywhere. I've called the police department. I've called the post office. I've asked the local ice cream shop if they have a lost and found. I've walked my dog slowly. I've bothered anybody who's out in their driveway. I've bothered the hippie girl who like loves to drive any sort of two-wheeled vehicle up and down the road every now and then. I've done everything I can think of. I've officially given up. So we'll see if I ever find my keys.
Oh,
$10, your daughter buried them like in a garden next to the driveway or something.
It could be in my pocket.
Shout out to Marco from the Tales from the Dark Side show. Make sure you guys are checking out the new Star Wars themed show on the channel, Tales from the Dark Side. They've got a new episode coming out shortly, so keep your eyes open for that in the next couple days.
So my solution to this ongoing Paul's problem, which could repeat because history repeats itself, is I ordered an animal dog tag with my name and number on it. I'm just going to put that on my keychain now. So
why don't you just do like the old 80s movies in the gas station and put it on a brick?
I could. It's something. It's just it's quite frustrating.
Oh, don't worry. You want to hear a good story? Here's a Deno's problem story. So my lovely wife says, hey, I found my key set. So she has the house keys on one like the front door on one key or on one ring and the back door on the other, or vice versa. So she found one set and then lost the other set. So now she only has a back door key and doesn't know where the front door is. And then she found the front door, not the back door. It's that's why I had to move.
Paul's going to be rich at this rate.
Yeah.
John Larson, thank you, brother. We appreciate it.
So now, what people haven't realized is that I've moved because I've had a threat. I've had a threat against my security because we don't know where the house key is. So here we go. Paul might have it. Who knows? I don't know.
You know, I would be fine. I don't even care if I find it and it's like I looked for evidence of a car running over it and like electric parts being all over the road. Nothing. Ghosted. Totally ghosted. I don't care if it's destroyed. I want to find it. And
somebody said, why do you not just get a tile, Paul, instead of a dog tag?
Hey, why don't you get one of those things that, like, you know, it beeps and it goes beep, 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 or you lose your keys?
You can do
what that is? Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, goodness.
Oh.
Yeah. So we'll see if those turn up. I doubt it. I'll keep you posted. You know I will.
Oh, God.
Real quick, while Paul was giving his Paul's problem, I found a new Star Wars glass that I haven't seen yet. This is one from '77.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Some Everclear in there.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. For all those keeping score at home on all the different Star Wars glasses.
I haven't priced out a new fob, by the way. I don't know.
You don't want to.
No, it's going to be stupid expensive. And it's number one. You know, my car has.
And wait a second. P-Dub doesn't have like a 1985 car. You just bought that car.
Yeah. It's
Oh God.
Now you're getting down to one key fob, man.
And I posted to Facebook. I've literally done everything that I can think of.
In your neighborhood group?
Like, yeah, pretty much.
Oh boy.
All right. So let's get to the spec because the poor people here are
we're losing listeners here.
they're feeling sorry for Paul more than they're enjoying his story today.
Let's get into.
I ordered a pizza, dude. It was so painful. Think about that.
Let's get into.
That was the painful one.
We'll get into the market report first. I think
You don't want to do the spec?
Yeah, we'll keep the we'll start with the perspective. Why not?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, first perspective stuff that we'll talk about tonight is the Grim Hunt stuff, and of course this ties in with the Madam Web stuff. So is that right, Nico?
Yeah.
You want to get into that?
Yeah. I mean, long story short, we're hearing craven rumblings. I think there'll be an onslaught of even more of that stuff tomorrow. Some of you may recall that Charlize Theron was at least earmarked to play the Jessica Carpenter version of Madam Web. That transformation happens in this book. Obviously there's her first appearance in Secret Wars. The A and B cover, which will be on the left side of your screen, closest to me, are still relatively cheap. The second print is a ghost. I've been looking for it for a long time. Don't have any stinking copies, and comic shop's back issue bin for like $7. So I'd scoop them up. Maybe you can sell them to a sucker like me for $50.
Is that the second image that you're intermittently breaking up about?
The second print, I think, is the one on the far right.
Oh,
That's a tough one to find.
It's a pretty cover.
Yeah, it is. I like it.
correct.
All right, on to the next one, and this is an
Yeah, there's
interesting
0
one.
copies on eBay. Good luck.
Yeah.
So if you find a second print, don't list it for dumb low or dumb high, or at least not dumb low.
This is interesting. We talked about this a little bit many episodes ago, and that is this Trouble book, right? And here is the first prints of issues 1 through 4, I believe. But Nico brought up something interesting, and that is the fact that there's a second print out there for issue 1 that is like impossible to find. Nico, have you been looking for this for a while? What's going on with this?
Yeah. No, so they're not. Actually, I've got what reminded me is I found one in a dollar bin, and we were talking. Greg Horn was kind enough to provide us with a giveaway, and the Marvel cover of his has always reminded me of this book. There's actually a couple on eBay right now, but good luck trying to find them in the wild. I think this is just kind of a smart, good girl art. Modern play, particularly with all the hype around later printings, just kind of makes sense to me. I think it's kind of unsettling because the book itself features these like pre-teen looking young women who are up to some like hijinks in the book. And then, when they get illustrated, it's, let's just say that they don't appear like they do in their live action portrayals.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It's an interesting.
Don't look like this.
It's an interesting. Why would they choose to do that? It almost feels like they just had a piece of art laying around and said, "Let's just throw it on there."
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. it's kind of weird, but it's definitely a tough book to find. It sounds like, but
Steve Horn has us covered, pulling our leg. We don't know.
all right, on
That's not
to
Steve
the
Horn.
next one. What's that?
That's Steve versus Greg.
Yeah, Steve versus Greg.
That's not Steve Horn. Yeah.
Greg Horn. We have
All right.
Steve Horn, who is our from bargaincomics.com. Shout out to Steve. We appreciate you, brother. He's the guy that helped do all the work on the DCU variants.
Right.
The Greg Horn cover is from Marvel, Marville, which was a similar type. Whenever you whenever you think of this book, whenever Nico thinks of the Trouble book, it makes him think of the Marvel book, I guess. So, Marville is
It does look like an escape from there.
TNA.
Yeah. On to the next one.
The mounds. If comparable mounds.
This is Thanos number
Thor
15.
6.
Yeah, the fourth print. And this is to talk about the Thor 6 craziness that everybody is in the comments about. I think as soon as we started the show, we started getting Thor 6 comments. And we were going to get there. We just wanted to take our sweet time. Nico, have at it.
Yeah, so the images have leaked. If you haven't seen them already and don't want to hear about and kind of like a summary form what happens without spoiling too much of it, get your Black Surfers ready. Those late printing from the Cosmic Ghost Rider Thanos Wins run are going to be a lot more interesting, I think, to buyers here in the next 7 to 14 days. So if you haven't already, fill your boots and get ready to flip.
Yeah, it's interesting. More Donny Cates craziness. I feel like every week it's just more Donny Cates. The guy just can do no wrong in the minds of a lot of comic collectors and speculators right now. And I've always liked this character. I don't care if it's a regular Silver Surfer Black. Silver Surfer's a bad mofo, and I'll take any Silver Surfer at this point. And this character is pretty damn sweet. And I love these covers too. I also love that we're harkening back to that Thanos run, because that Thanos run is where all this started, in my opinion. This is where Donny Cates, started his superhero craziness and great stories with at the same time pulling back from old issues. This was kind of like the blueprint of Donny Cates today. And we're also seeing that that Thanos 13 Albuquerque variant. I saw a couple sales on that recently too. So it'd be interesting to see what happens with that book.
Well, someday he'll do something wrong and somebody else will get a shot.
What's the true Cosmic Ghost Rider? The true Cosmic Ghost Rider is freaking Deadpool. That's who the true Cosmic Ghost Rider is. But we're not going to get that anytime soon.
Deadpool Frank Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Dead Frank.
Yeah.
Dead Castle. Dead Castle? Maybe they had a baby.
Dead Castle.
Dead Castle. There you go. Mr. Cates, if you're listening, Dead Castle. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just give Paul a shout.
Yeah, I like this. Rain and 3 said the Thanos run is the 27 Yankees Murderers Row. Yeah, that Thanos run is sick, man. It's great run. All right, on to the market report. You ready, guys, for the market report?
Yeah.
All right.
Why not start with some Thor?
Let me make sure I got it on here. Boom.
Yeah. So Thor 5, the 1 of 25.
Lord of mercy.
I kind of did just a quick research. I forgot to get the census on this one. It first sale July 21st, so about 3 weeks ago, not even 3 weeks ago, maybe. was $300. There've been 9 sales since. The high was $750 on 8/3. So this one at $676 is not too far off that high, but it is a tad of a dip. But for it to just up so fast it's impressive. So it is a nice cover though.
A beautiful cover, man.
Not sure I'm not in it for $700, but it's a pretty cover.
This book was what, $75 out the gate raw?
Yeah, and yes.
So
Yeah, easy if you could buy them. But, my kind of thought was to put this number up so that people could use it as kind of an anchor to see what this book that's been out for, a handful of weeks sells for compared to some of these classic books that we'll see later in the market report. I mean, you can make decisions for yourself about where you want to spend your money. But I hope that this will kind of give you some indication of what people are doing and where you can make money and so forth.
Yeah. All right. Do you have anything else for this, Z?
Nope.
All right. On to the next one. Star Wars Jedi Mace Windu, the one shot. This being the first appearance of Osage Ventress. We've all known that this book was going to take off. Unfortunately, I don't own. This is one of the few Star Wars books where I don't own any copies. But I love this character. It's one of my favorite characters in Star Wars, and
I know I got rid of this in a bulk lot somewhere.
kind of a mediocre cover. It doesn't.
it is a mediocre cover.
It
Yeah.
doesn't kind of catch my eye. It looks kind of like an up and coming artist did it rather than someone who's professional enough to be on a cover. In my personal opinion,
So what's interesting to me about this book, I almost cut it. I fought with myself. I cut it. I took it in. I took it out. And I finally decided to because I got digging into it. 10 on the census, 798. This book from 2003. The only other sale on GPA was 2013 for $70. And then also this week, a 9.6 for $200. So nobody cared for 17 years for this book to get its day. I don't think it's as rare as the census is going to say. It's just nobody looked for it. I mean, I think this book is out there if you're looking. So I don't know that I would hedge my bets on this sale right now because if 10 more of them come up, I think it'll dip. I don't think it's going to get 70 again, but I don't think it's going to stay at 500 right now.
Do you guys answer questions from chat? Yes, we do. If so, curious, what are your thoughts on the biggest 2020 release book this year thus far? Is it Hell Arisen 3 or Legends 1 in 25? I think it's got to be Legends in 25, right? Because Hell Arisen 3 was nowhere near out the gate what Legends number 1 in 25 was.
Well, I mean, probably it's a Kate's book over either of the damn DC books.
Yeah, like the Null Venom third print, right?
So yeah, I don't think DC's even in the game right now.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Venom 3 third print was a 2019 book. If you're asking about 2020 books, it's that Thor book that we just showed, the Thor 5 Ribic.
Yeah.
No question
Really?
about
You
it.
think that's
Sells for,
better than the Legends?
Yeah, the fucking the Robin King's like trending down about $150.
Yeah.
That Ribic book raw is like a strong 250, 275, 300 all day.
Yeah, I don't have a ton of faith in the Robin
We're not
King,
the
but
modern Wednesday Warrior show, buddy, for the record. We do that. The modern playbook guys are so much better than us. Whoever that person was, I promise we're the what's sort of looking for.
We're the seasoned
The player haters
veterans.
ball.
Yeah.
On to the next book.
All right.
Yeah.
So book of the week taste. This is the Young Avengers has been gaining heat. This is a book that probably 5 years ago when people started talking about it, I'm like, I should buy some of those. Nah, I don't know. That's crazy. Why would they do that? Nah. And it has continued to kind of trend up. consistently. 2018 is $175. 2019 average is $350-ish. 90-day average is $464. 2020 is at 11 sales. January through middle of July, it was 300 to 375, and then July it hit 500, and then has had a sale at 700. Now this $911. So it is also kind of following that trend of doubling or tripling real quick. It's not the most common book. I don't know the original print run. I couldn't get a quick answer on it. The census is muggy on this damn thing because it was a promo that CGC did a 9.5 grade on, but the census doesn't show them as 9.5s. I think they're mixing it with 9.4s, and then the GPA's got them a couple different ways. But census numbers somewhere around 520. Like I said, it's multiple listings, multiple titles. It's one of those mess books. Shy of 409 8s, 75 or 9.6s. And I got to think there's a lot of duplications with people regrading those 9.5s or some of that stuff. So it's a murky book to me. How many are actually out there as far as really on the census?
I love this book. I wish I would have bought this book. I love these type of things, like the books that they give away at cons, like old school. This is one of the older ones, I feel like,
that's a good analysis.
Go ahead, Nico.
Oh,
He's
Christ,
caught
I
in
must
the
be
time.
really lagging behind because I said that's a good analysis a long time ago. And I'm
We
sorry
might have to
about
kick
that.
Nico out.
Long story short, yeah, I might not be long for the podcast, but John's analysis was on point. The regular A cover has a truckload of copies on the census. I like the not for resale variants that are all screwed up. I still don't think they've made it to the census. Not a big fan of the 9.5 thing that people think is important, and I'll leave it at that.
No, I don't think it's important. I just think it does murky the census because the sales data they don't have a 9.5 in GPA or wherever. So I think GPA seems to be logging them in with the 9.4s, but it wasn't clear on CGC what they did with them. So
before we move on to the next one,
I wasn't suggesting that you do, but other people have been trying to suggest that 9.5 slab is like the book to buy, and that's fucking stupid.
Yeah. People want 9.8. People want the 9.8 because that's what we want. We want them all to look the damn same.
before we move on
the
to
label.
Yeah.
the next one, I definitely want to remind everybody that we are giving away this book tonight. This is the Venom 25 Greg Horn trade dress cover. Beautiful cover of the new character Virus by Greg Horn. Make sure you guys go check out at Greg Horn Art on IG. Give him a follow. Tell him Flipside sent you. Also, if you guys want to win this book by the end of the show tonight, go to IG. First stipulation is to go to IG and reshare/repost this IG post from your account. And second stipulation is say what's up and take part in tonight's live chat. And by the end of the night, we'll give this book away to you if you meet those stipulations. We appreciate everybody in the live chat. Live chat's super, super hyped tonight. Everybody in there, thank you for joining and for taking part in the live show. We appreciate you. So on to the next one. Let's see.
Hey, I don't know the answer to this question. Anybody familiar with that? I don't recall that.
I believe there is a Toy Biz. Actually, there is one. I think I'm.
Yeah, that's the not for resale variant.
Okay.
It came in a
Toy
box.
Biz. I was thinking action figure variant, like the stupid John Tyler Christopher nonsense. Sorry.
No, it came in a box, and the freaking comics were wedged in between a thing, and they all have spine damage. And then CGC doesn't really do a good job with the census. For a long time, it wasn't even on the census. It's a different year that was good luck with the 9.8 on that one. I'm still trying. I've made multiple submissions.
It's like the Spider-Man White 2099. And
Yeah.
It's way worse.
I've bought
way
several.
worse.
I've bought several of those in the container, and at this point, I've stopped. I stopped buying them for a while because they're expensive, but I stopped taking them out because they're just mangled in those Toy Biz containers. There's too many points of spine stress on them.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
So,
all right. On to the next one. This one, we've talked about this book on this show for many years, and that's Uncharted #1, the 1 in 10 Hughes variant, which is just so damn hard to find.
Talk about a slow burn, though.
Yeah.
This whole series.
yeah, but it's been sought after for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember people talking
Yeah,
about
I think
this.
somebody stole this.
Yeah, I agree with you. Big time.
So here's the numbers on it. I'll let you make your own thing. This was a $450 sale because this is in pounds. It probably got a bit of a deal because it was a UK sale, but for a book that people are looking for, it's a Hughes cover. It's only a 1 in 10. Census, there are 7. How the hell are there 7? 6. I'm sorry. 496s, 194, 292s. That is it. It's crazy. The only sales I could track was a 9.4 in March of 18 for 275, and then also in March of 18 there was a 9.2 for 225. Somebody stumbled upon those and graded them in 18 and sold them probably next to each other and moved on. But that's amazing that nobody has found more of those. It's not like a book that nobody's talking about.
Yeah, it's a nice cover too. I really like this cover. It's one of the few Adam Hughes covers that isn't just scantily clad women. That's a good cover. Most of his covers where it isn't women, on the cover aren't really good. And this one's really good. It's got the skull in it. It's got multiple characters. It's got the knife, the dagger. It's got the action kind of scene stuff. I like it. It's dope. I love the map too in the background.
Yeah, it just amazes. I understand nobody buys video game comics, especially them, but man, 7. That's a low number.
Yeah, somebody stole this one.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about Injustice. That makes Injustice look easy for the 1 in 25. And those are tough, for love of God.
Yeah, I didn't know that this was up. Did any of you guys know this was up?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I only
there we
saw
go.
it
Buy $1,500. $1,500. Yeah, that would be a more reasonable price for this thing.
Yeah.
It must be Rick's. Good job, Rick. And
RJ, real quick, has
$1,500 is a more reasonable price. This one went for under $500.
RJ, real quick, has another question. What are our thoughts on Venom 27? Will it be a big seller for the first codex? Again, I'm not too sure on that, but but what I will say is anything Donny Cates right now is super hot. So
yeah,
Venom
I don't
is
do Wednesday
Venom's hot. It
books
just
like
is.
that.
yeah, but I guarantee that book will have heat behind it just because of Donny Cates. Period. Anything Donny Cates can put out right now is just crazy.
Well, if you can get them cheap enough, you're not going to lose
Wednesday
money.
books are.
Nico?
Here's Paul. Yeah, Wednesday books are super duper hard for me. I don't do them anymore. I think right now is a hell of an opportunity to be a Wednesday guy. People don't want to go out and brave the COVID world. They're buying their comics online. DCBS and Midtown have every retailer in the world pissed off. So there are fewer and fewer stores even carrying DC books. I mean, now's the time to be a Wednesday warrior, but it's not a game that I continue to play. So I can't give you like good Wednesday advice. This is not the how to buy Wednesday book shows. Like, sorry, It's not.
It's hard game, man. Either you've got a connection to do it or you don't. I mean,
Yeah.
if
Well, there
you're
are people
not
that do that shit. Jimmy was the fucking guy, you know?
If you're not the guy with if you're not the guy with the closest connection to that shop or the top couple guys of that shop, it's hard to just run into a store that you're not involved with and go in and grab the 125s. Most stores don't do business that way anymore. The 1 in 50s, any of it. So, I mean, if you've got the connection and you can get a good buy-in, more power to you. It's just so tough that it's so hard to talk about. Again, so many covers. Who knows? You could buy the 1 in 100, and all of a sudden, 6 months from now, we're talking it's the 4th print that is the big one. Or the God, this actually made my brain explode. I shot Nico a thing, and they were talking cover art for a book being released, and it was, is that the second print standard cover? Is that the second print 1 in 25? And I went, how the hell are we doing? How are we doing ratios of second prints? And so it all becomes a game. Is how late are they going to print, and when do people stop caring, or when do people build into that hype? Who knows? All the dang Venoms are the 3rd print or the 4th print. And so, I mean, you buy that $100 or 1 in 100 variant, you could have done just as well waiting a few months and got the late prints the way the world works. There doesn't seem to be rhyme nor reason to it, man. I don't want to say it's not intuition, but your intuition can be ruined by whatever DC decides to print.
Yeah, you're also at the whims of other buyers. I mean, you know, like you've got this play and it's like, you know, you go big and then everybody else figures it out. So you got to like hold on and order at the last minute at FOC. Did anybody else find out, or any of the, you know, you got to like pay attention to all the buying groups. It's just, it doesn't make any sense for me. It's very much like gambling. I'm more of a strategic investor. I go buy undervalued books. If you've watched the podcast before, you know what that means. It doesn't mean like, I think this book should go up. It means I paid less for it than other people will pay for it, and I sell it, and then I try to buy shit that you can't buy. Like this book, this Uncharted, can't buy it. I mean, it's nice that there's a $1,500 copy up. That's about the right price, but for a long time, it was like no copies for sale. And I think if I get stuck with those kind of books, I'm happy as can be. Well, that guy who's got that book up at $1,500, he does not care if it sells or not.
And who just bought this is going to wait. If he wants to resell it, he's going to wait a few months and list it and make some money on it.
Yeah, or wait till that movie trailer hits, or, you know, who knows.
Anything.
Anyway.
On to the next one. This is a fun one. Spawn, the 232C, the EWU graduation. What variant? What is this?
Nico, you want to talk about it?
It is awesome.
Yeah.
I love all these crazy Spawn books, man.
Yeah, I mean, I can talk a little bit about it. So, you know, basically it was distributed on a university campus. There were 400 made. Lord knows how many have actually made it out. It comes up a couple times a year. I don't even know if it's the same copy that's sold, you know, over and over again. This particular copy was signed. Every single time it comes up, it sells for an astronomical price. This one actually is cheap comparatively to what it sold for in the past. I don't know if John was able to pull much CGC data.
I got a little bit.
But, you know, it comes up raw a lot, and there's not a lot of high-grade copies, and it is incredibly coveted by fanatical Spawn fans. I think maybe we'll talk about that other Spawn book.
Yes, I put them together just because.
Yeah, because I think that's important too.
Print run is thought to be 400-ish. I mean, you know, hard to quantify. Census, 17 total. 6 are blue label, only 6. 10 are green, so a lot were signed that we've said, and 1 is yellow. In grades in blue label, there is only 198, 196, 194, 192, and then 2 garbage in books. You know, we're talking 5s and 7 or something. So it is tough to find in good grade. I mean, I don't know how they handed them out. Did they hand them out at commencement, and, you know, guys went out and got, you know, drunk and celebrated, and who knows where they ended up, you know? It's not a. I don't know. I don't know what happened and how they got there, but at a graduation, not everybody cares about Todd McFarlane or Spawn. So I'm sure some of those copies are just gone in the wind.
Destroyed. Yeah.
So
Well, this book goes along with it. A book that we've talked about again for years on this show.
Did we get a back cover on this one?
I didn't get a back cover on them, but I'll pull it up while you're talking.
So this one, this is one. I don't know. I have a strange relation with this book, and I know who has it, so I feel I think I know who has it still, but I feel good. Malibu Sun 13, the Error Edition. So the back cover has Spawn like in a reverse negative color. He's basically green instead of red. He'll pick an image up for you. It was an ungodly rare for a long time. Like it just you gotta take the book out of the bag to see if it's the Error. And for a long time, people weren't doing it. This is kind of one of those books that didn't get hot until I don't know, about 4 years ago. Really started picking up. So a little census data on this one. Hold on.
This is the back cover, so you guys can see
a
couple major Spawn books with color issues. Of course, the Spawn #1, which is probably even more rare than this, with the color issues on Spawn #1, and then this one, which has the color issues on the back. Let me go ahead and open this in a new tab. Let's see if we can get there we go. Go ahead, Z.
Yeah, so
hey, for the record, guys, I think I might have found the coolest new Spawn variant that everybody in the world is going to want after I show it to you guys today. You're going to freaking love it.
I look forward to it. So this book's tough. Actually, I had a nice copy. Ozzy picked it up in a dollar bin somewhere, and I traded him, I don't know, $500 worth of books for it because it was a nice copy. I sent it to Trade a Press, and I took it with me to Baltimore one year, probably 4 years ago. Leg was there with us, and at the time, it was the highest graded blue label. Now it's not anymore. It was the 9.4. There was a 9.6 SS and no 9.8s at the time. It changed fairly quickly after that. I held on to it for a while, and I sold it to TJ for I think $900 cash, something like that. He was at IndieCon with us one time. He's like, "I need it. I want it." It's also the show where we discussed him buying a TNMT 1 first print 9.8 for $25,000, and we both thought that could go right or wrong. He put a lot of money on one book. He didn't buy it. He probably should have. But it's selling really well now. Not a ton of sales data, but this is an 8.5. An 8.5 is a grade that most people don't even want. There were 59 bids. That's a hell of a lot of bids. Ended at just under $600. Not a lot of high grade sales. 9.2. There's only one on GPA. $1,000 in 18, November of 18. A 9.0 sold for $715 in November of 19. There was an 8.5 had a couple sales, so almost 416. In 2019, it had a range of 8.5 for 850 to 310. So this is actually right in the middle of where it was last year. And then in 2020, it's been this number or 470. So floating in that 500 to 600. And even in 19, a 7.5 sold for $650. So there are currently 3 9.8s, 4 9.6s, and 12 9.4s. So still a very rare book for something that we don't really know how many of the errors there are. Because there's probably a ton sitting in bins somewhere that nobody's looked at the back.
And to be honest, that error doesn't look that bad. It actually kind of looks cool.
I dig that one.
Yeah.
It just looks good.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Let's see here. On to the next one. Let me get rid of this here.
I forgot to do some homework. That's all right. Two more.
Two more. Boom.
Werewolf by Night, 9/6.
Wow.
I remember this book used to be thought basically impossible. It has kind of filled up the census a bit from, let's say, 5 years ago. Still not a common book, but 3,500 in the census, or just under. 19 9/8s now. I remember not very long ago there were just a handful. 86 9/6s, 200 9/4s, and 250 9/2s. So what, about 500 and change above 9/2? Not a lot. In 2019, only 2 sales of a 9/6, 6,200 and 5,000. That was in February, which I think that was probably before they talked about Moon Knight Disney Plus, right? Probably right around. Last sale on this particular grade was April 2020 for $10K. With no real news, no real change. It's still holding very strong with, about a 10% gain in a few months. So people are still interested in this book. It's not going down. Census is going to creep up slightly, but you're not going to find a ton more of these guys in high grade. So beautiful book. Wish I had the money at any given point to have went high on this guy and went for something in the 9s, but you just don't see them. You'll see them in the auction houses, but do you see them on dealers' walls in that grade? Do you see them in any shops? They're tough.
Yeah. And this book, I would not expect that much for this book. Even though this book is super hot, it's been hot for a while. It's one of those books that comic people always want. Like, I've always wanted a copy of this. I've never owned one. Just never found it in the right time. But everybody just loves this book that is a comic person. I run into very few people that don't love this book. On to the next one, then.
All right, and this one I just had to include because we're still waiting on the Black Widow movie, Left in Limbo. We thought we'd kind of check in on it, see what it's doing. Census on this guy, 2,500 and change, kind of an irrelevant number, but 9/8s and 9/6s, just under 300 9/8s and 400 9/6s. This one's selling at 1,190. Pretty strong number. The high record on sale is 1,250, so it's right on key with that. 400s or 9/6s are floating around 400. But really, for a movie that's kind of just got put on the shelf, people are still staying interested. It's not getting cool. It's staying right in that 1,100, 1,200 range for the last several months. I did lie. There's 2 more. I forgot. I did want to talk about these. More Black Widow. Tales of Suspense 52. What's interesting in this one is it's a pence copy. So, this hits the other niche that I'm interested with the foreign comics. And generally, a few years ago, those pence copies would sell for 30 to 50% of the US version. This one sold for $769. It was a UK sale. 90-day average for a standard Tales of Suspense 4.5 is 644. I think there was one sale higher than this one, but if you look at the average 6 sales in the last 90 days, it sold for about a 20% premium over the US one, which is shocking to me, that the way that kind of market's drifted from being the stepchild of if you can't get a real copy, get a pence, and now people are getting interested. It's kind of like the Canadian price variance and the newsstands and everything else. Everybody wants a unique copy, so keep that in mind if you stumble upon these and want to think, man, that's not worth anything, I don't want to buy it. You probably should.
Yeah.
Price cheap and it's under the US one, buy it.
Now, Detective Comics 140, a 1.0 sold for $4,000.
Incomplete 1.0. I didn't realize it from the pic. It was a little blurry. But when I checked GPA, it's marked as an incomplete.
Now, okay, in defense of the buyer, that book's going to clean up nice.
It probably will.
And I'm pretty confident they're going to Frankenstein it and try to pass it off because that's what people do.
There's a chance. Somebody's going to be a pro.
But it presents well as is, but I think it's going to clean and press nicely.
Maybe they just want the cover. Who knows?
It presents well. That's an astronomical price. Remember I was asking you about buying, what was it, a 2.5?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have paid a fraction of this for it.
So, funny you say that because my brain, I was scratching my head at the sales data here. There was another incomplete 1.0 that sold in 18 for $2,500. I can't really compare just because there's so much variance. It could have a torn cover, it could have not a complete anything, and just be a completely different book. But that was $2,500 2 years ago. In 2016, a 1.0 complete copy. So that generally means you're going to get a pretty big premium on that. Now it was 4 years ago, sold for $2,100. So about half. The most current sale I could get anywhere near this level was a 3.0 in November of last year. So 8 months. Sold for $4,800. So a 1.0 incomplete came darn close to a 3.0 grade. So as Nico's saying, either there's thoughts for improvement or the market went nuts on that one just because of eye appeal. So,
yeah. And I don't know that it's going to be like a high tide brings in all the boats. I don't think we're going to see an acceleration on the rest of these books in low grade. And that's something that I think buyers need to be acutely aware of. The GPA on Golden Age books is so deceptive. And, when they're low grade, there's just so many other factors. And you've got to really kind of be mindful about that before you overspend or miss an opportunity to make significantly more money. A lot of sophisticated buyers, but a lot of opportunities.
What's up with this?
So that's in my pickups.
Well, let's get into pickups, ladies and gentlemen.
Hot damn.
All right. I didn't want to take the copy out. So pickups. All foreign again. Guess what? Surprise, surprise, surprise. All from Brazil this time because I had a package that's been accumulating since pre-COVID.
Wow.
But I got a guy in Brazil who's been collecting stuff for me and finally got a chance to ship them because he's like, I'm not shipping them when they're going to go to hell. If you watch, Matt and I did Iron Man 1 Global Comic Safari fairly early on. You going to pull me up? So this is the
nice
block. It's a digest kind of size book. And we talk about it. It's not the most common one to find, but it's a weird size. It's different colors and all that. But as Matt and I were doing research for it, all the guys
Here
in
you
the
go,
group,
baby girl.
all the guys in the group were like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. And somebody goes, does it have the poster? And all of a sudden, everybody in the foreign comic community is like, what poster? And somebody sends an image of that book there, that beautiful brown Leighton style poster. And apparently, in this book is a folded up quad poster, not stapled, just as an insert, hanging out. And of the multiple copies of this book out there in the foreign community and even within most of the Brazilian collectors are like, poster? And so Matt's like, nobody has a complete one. They just heard rumors of it. So this guy found a copy with the poster and I bought it. And then
wow,
thought it was the only one. And somehow Matt found another copy. But so now there's two, but this poster is gorgeous. Matt's already said he's framing his in his book in some kind of beautiful frame. And I'm like, I don't blame you. Because it is, I don't know, something about the brown, something about the orange, and just the composure. It's a classic kind of style.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. So you add that as a beautiful poster that is just inserted in a book that you probably won't find the poster very often of a, Marvel Iron Man 1 key book. I couldn't pass it up. So that's kind of becoming one of the gems of my collection.
Got anything else?
Yeah, got a couple more. This one is not a key by any means. It just was a nice E-ball Batman, but it's actually, if you look, the splash page is the cover. So whatever issue it is, they didn't like the cover, and they used this one, which is the splash. I just picked it up because the prominent kind of thing of the handgun, you don't see a lot of that in Batman. He's not holding the gun, but just something about the look of it caught my eye, and I said, well, I'll take that. So
That was smart.
I don't know. I don't know if it's anything, but with those forums that are redrawn or splash pages, you just kind of go with the thing that catches your eye.
That was smart.
Thank you, sir. Some of these are books that I've talked about and just finally found. We also did a Punisher 1 show. This is the Punisher 1 from Brazil. All of these are digest size. So I apologize. They look funny in the bag on the board, but they are what they are. This is actually an ASM 300 without the cover. So it's the guts. It's one of the few countries that didn't use the original cover.
Super jealous.
If you want to check that one out, you should check out the ASM 300 shows. We did 2 of them because it's such a big one. If you're not going to use the ASM 300 cover, this is kind of a pretty cool image to use. So I like that one. There's another one that the Germans did that's garbage, hot garbage. So go with that. Spec Spidey 101. I've been kind of building this set. It's cheap, but just I like seeing the different variations. This one, again, digest size, but instead of the all black and white, they added some splashes of color, and it's just kind of cool to look at.
No, that's even better than the original.
I've found many of them to be, I don't know if I would go better because the original is so awesome, but you see just little changes make them all unique. I look forward to kind of having, I think there's about 15 of them. I look forward to kind of getting them all and just seeing what they do. Venom #1. Can't go wrong there. And 252.
Nice.
A nice Spider-Man kind of run from Brazil. And that's me for today.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Very
Thank you.
well done. I'll go real quick, Nico, because I only have actually one this week, but it's kind of a cool one. It goes along with, and I'm sure this is actually goes along with these that we got last week. The foil variants, but the chibi one came in. So
did you get a remarked one?
I did on the foil. I got the remarked and signed one.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't love remarked books, but I appreciate it. It's a nice little sketch. But these books are pretty.
Oh, they really are, man.
Sometimes I'm a big, you don't know what you're getting. And this one, I was impressed.
Yeah, I like them. And I'm not usually a fan of these ones, but I like this one because I just like Albedo 2 so much. It's one of those books that I'll never own, but
that's his daughter that did that, right?
Yeah, Julie Sakai after.
Yeah, so I didn't realize that, or I would have bought one. I thought, that's unique, but if I would have paid attention to the story, I would have bought it.
Yeah, so those were kind of cool, and I think you can still get the foils.
I don't know about all that. I mean,
I think they're close. If not, there were just the remarked ones that were a little more, but I don't know.
I think that might be accurate. I think you can just get maybe you can't even get remarked. You can just get signed or something.
Yeah, they were.
It's worth looking. They're awesome, and they're not like people aren't throwing them away on eBay. I mean,
no, there's only a handful that have sold.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that site? Was it
Dog U?
Dog U. So Dog U. Yeah. So it might be worth checking out if you want a copy. You might still be able to snag one at original
Mr.
price.
Cool says the remarked are available. Regulars are sold out.
Okay.
Right.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Nico, you're up.
All right. I bought just like an unconscionable amount of stuff. This is a small portion of it. I'll try to run through, but
unconscionable.
like I really did. Oh,
We're gonna see if he can get
And
through
your
this before
internet's
his
working
internet dies.
great. Yeah, your internet's working great. I think.
Oh.
I think you're.
All right.
You're.
Let's rock and roll. You ready?
Let's do it.
This is what happens when I go out with my friends. I like this. What good luck for I hope they happen, but we'll see. Why do I like it, guys? Say it.
The movie Justice
Snyder
League.
cut.
I mean, that's the Batman from that movie right there.
Absolutely, yeah. Snyder cut. Snowblind variant. I mean, when I tell you I paid nothing for this stuff, movie's coming. It's unbelievable. You guys have all seen the Lifebringer Galactus. This is the variant.
I didn't know Hembeck was still around.
I'm buying all these Ultimates variants. I think it's just there. You can see the price tag on these things like $6. I probably pulled it out of a dollar bin if it's priced like that. I don't go to shops that price like that. Again, same deal. Snyder cut. What am I paying for that? Plug to New Dimension. Thank you for a $3 book. Anyway, Marvel .1 first print. Not in love with the second print there. Everybody else is. Those books, the prices are astronomical. Boys 1 first print. We'll see if I can get that thing slabbed and back to me in time to sell it before the end of season 2. Like I said, buying all the Ultimates variants, super cheap. This one I've never even seen before. It's
I've never seen that one. Yeah.
Newberry Comics.
Oh, okay.
I didn't bother to look it up. I'm excited about the Batman stuff. I'm trying to buy stuff for that Gotham Central first appearance of Harvey Bullock. Cheap. Super cool book. All right, you ready? King James, free comic from the military. Can't find them anywhere. I got one for $7. I think the only one that's online is like $200. And I don't even think it's the right cover. I think it's the Powerade Special Military Edition.
I love that stencil.
Yeah, right. New Avengers 7 first Illuminati variant. This whole run, I think, makes sense. The rest of them are dirt cheap. Got lucky with some Snake Eyes variants I'd never seen before.
Yeah.
Anybody know what these are?
Yeah, they're the RI variants for the Snake Eyes run. I have a couple of them.
All right, you ready? This is, in my opinion, the best, newest, coolest Spawn variant I've ever seen.
Spasm.
Yeah,
What's that from?
it's Newsstand.
Wow.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. Do you love it? And so it's what's it from, guys?
This is the Image make fun of book, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, where they all make fun of themselves.
All right, splitting
Splat.
image.
Yeah, splat.
Splitting image.
Yeah, splitting. Yeah.
The problem is you can't tell if it's a newsstand or not, right? Because the UPC code's on the back. So check those splitting images because that book will sell.
What's the front?
Splitting image.
Okay, I see it.
Oh shit!
I want to see it. Damn it!
I got you.
Don't taunt us.
But this is the win, right? Because these are in dollar bins. No one cares. Thank you, buddy George, for making.
Everywhere.
Yeah,
Thank George for being crazy.
Yo.
Okay.
Yeah, everywhere.
How did you get lucky and figure that out? Was it backwards?
No, I'm just not your average buyer.
Yeah.
All right. So what happened? What happened? I found a run of newsstands, and I was like, "Oh my god, the splitting image has the spasm on the back. There's no way." I've been looking for this forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
You're a sick man.
Oh, super unwell. Alex Ross.
Love
That's a
that.
beautiful
Yeah,
book.
dirt cheap.
Oh yeah, that one.
That's the Lifebringer. That's the guy.
$100 on top 10.
Lifebringer. Then there's the other
I saw
one.
that sell for $100, man.
I mean, I don't make up these prices. I just buy the books. Super nice copy. $30. I paid $30 for it.
That's a clean looking copy.
Yeah, I was like, I'll pay $30 for that. Thank you. You ready for this one? $20 for the first appearance of the Prowler. I was like, oh my god, please and thank you. This one was $6.
Wow, I love that cover.
I mean, no brainer, right?
1 in 10 Michael Turner.
Third print.
Love that.
Dalabin.
Wow.
Riri. $6 or $8. I can't remember. At this point, I just paid $10 for this book because I was doing so well. I was like, I don't even know what that sells for anymore.
Nico, real quick on that LeBron James cover, Steve Horn says there's 9 covers of that King James, and the one you have is the rarest.
Yes! Thank you, Steve. I thought I was right. Okay. It's my buddy Steve Horn. I don't even know you, but I love you, dude. Dollar Bin. I just bought this because it was pretty.
Yeah, I like that one.
I got a thing for redheads. Did when I was younger. It was blonde, blonde, blonde. As I've gotten older, I'm like, ooh, redheads. And I'm buying Wolverine variants. I'm going to make money on Wolverine variants while everybody else runs and pays market for 180s and 181s. We'll see who's right. All right. The last one is kind of like, in case you think I just don't make mistakes, I make them all the freaking time, right? So if you got a chance to read the Comic Book Invest story that I wrote, is kind of like the precursor of the market report that we drop on Saturday. It's kind of like part due of the market report that we do here. Then you saw me talk a little bit about the God of Light and the Jack Kirby story. There was somebody who was kind enough to talk about the amusement park that never got made and some of the additional facts. And I really would just encourage people to kind of like Google that. It's awesome. Investigate it, read about it. I mean, it was the film that the CIA used. That's the basis of the movie Argo. And it's just great stuff. Have fun. But there's this book that I've been looking for a long freaking time. I broke down and bought one on eBay for $300. Just broke down. I was like, I don't care. I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to do it. I grabbed one this weekend for, can you guys see that? $15.
It's not coming up, yeah. How much? 15?
Oh, $15.
Why is that
$15.
sell for so
Like,
much?
It's the Comics Pro variant of a heavy metal book. They're impossible to find. There's 0 copies now on eBay. And then literally, so I've been looking for it for like forever and ever. And there was that one copy that was like so high, and I'm just like, I'm not going to do it. And then I'm like, all right, I'm writing this article. Nobody is going to steal it from me. I'm just going to take it. And then I found one legitimately in less than 12 hours from when they published the article. Like that article went live like at, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even know. I like write it. They finally taught me how to use WordPress. It was like my big time. Hell, half the things didn't even have images, I don't think. And then I was at a shop and I'm like, do you guys have any magazines? The guy's like, yeah, there's a box of heavy metals back here. And I'm like, all right, I'll take a look. First one, front, like just waiting there for me. I'm like, oh my God. So, yeah, I make mistakes and I shouldn't.
But I love hearing shit like that.
But
I was
super happy. Yeah, and in the aggregate, right? Like I now have 2 copies for $315, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we love stuff like that. So, and so do the people that are watching. We get told that all the time. How great that stuff is. But real quick, one last chance, if you guys can get in quick on the chat, because we're getting ready to get this book away, ladies and gentlemen. So again, if your name shows up on the wheel, we're gonna check to see if you reposted this on IG, and if you didn't repost it on IG, we're going to the next name. We're gonna spin again. So, you had to repost it. I don't know. I bet you not many people reposted it, but we'll go through it. You guys ready? You guys ready to give this thing away? We got the randomizer. Let's throw the randomizer up here.
I'm gonna check and see how many people reposted it while you guys are doing that.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna grab all the names that I've been keeping and throw those over here. Okay, look at that. We got a big, huge list of names there. And invite to raid 666 is getting in at the last second. So let's throw him up there. So invite to raid. If you do, Emiliano, you are in this. Raid 666. Again, make sure you reposted it, you reshared it on IG from the Flipside IG page. Just find that post and reshare it, and we're gonna give that book away. So the book one last time is this kick-ass Venom 25 trade dress cover from Greg Horn, which has the gorgeous virus character on it. Courtesy of GregHornArt.com. Shout out to the one and only Greg Horn. And stick around after the giveaway because we have some even better news about next week's giveaway. So
yeah, dude, I hope that girl from Marvel number 5 is under the armor.
That's who's under the virus armor.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Click to spin or press. Okay, you guys ready? We're just going to click this a bunch of times to spin it. And we'll see where we go. Chuck Hennessy says he sent it as a tweet. So if Chuck wins, he sent it as a tweet. We'll give him that. All right, here we go, guys. You ready?
Come in.
Spinning. And the winner is Rags 718. Go take a check on Rags. Make sure. I really hope he did. I really hope he posted it on IG. Come on, Rags. Here we go. One time. He's gonna hate himself if he didn't. So next week, you guys, we have an even better Greg Horn cover that we are, or book that we are going to give away. Now, I'm not going to say which one it is yet, but trust me, you guys are going to want to keep an eye on the Flipside IG for that one. And it's a really cool cover. We've got a couple more really nice and when I say really nice Greg Horn books, I mean really nice Greg Horn books that he was very gracious enough to give us. All right. So anybody look at Rag's IG account?
I don't see it.
You don't see it posted?
Hold on. Let me confirm, but I don't see it. Nope.
Can't we just ask him?
Yeah. Rag, are you here? Did you post it on IG?
I don't. I see his IG. He's not on there.
Okay. All right. That sucks, man. That sucks. All right. Here we go. So let's remove. Here we go. We're gonna go again. We're gonna remove Rags. Well, let's see here. Let's go up here. I'm gonna move him. Hate to do it. Long-time listener, viewer, friend of the show. Not no more, I guess. All right, here we go, guys. Second shot at this.
He hates Bryan now.
I really hope you shared this to IG because here we go. This is for the Venom 25. Boom. Mike Swigert. Oh, man, this is going to be painful if we go through this like 6 times and not a single person posted IG. Mike Swigert.
I don't know that I'm going to find his IG.
Is he here?
Mike Swigert, if you're listening, throw up in the chat your IG because we want to give this damn book away. So
made it too complicated.
I know.
For the record, I'm not responsible for these rules. I do the tail shit. Somebody else made up this nonsense. It wasn't me.
Too many. There's lots of Mike Swaggers. Won't be able to confirm on my end.
All right, so let's figure this out.
Where's our buddy? Is he there?
No, we're waiting for him.
He already bounced.
I hope he didn't already bounce.
It's late.
I know.
You made this complicated.
No, it isn't. It's just two things. You repost it on IG and you watch on the live stream. That's not fucking complicated. Jesus, you guys. God.
I know, but you got 90 some commenters and I don't know how many shares.
I know. All right. Still no Mike Swigert. Like, all right, we can't prove it, so we're gonna have to go to the next one. All right. Here we go. We're gonna do this until we prove somebody that's done it. Here we go.
Yeah, he's Mr. Cool saying repost is not as easy as we want it to be.
Half Price Crook? Did Half Price Crook do it? We can tell by Half Price Crook. Look at this. John Larson even started an IG account to post it. It's not that hard,
Jesus
you guys.
Christ. I should fucking send that guy a book. It's a matter of principle.
No, Half Price didn't either.
All right, here we go. Next one.
Brian.
We're going to go until we get this.
Oh, God. You're just pissing people off.
John at John Boxo Comics.
Oh.
John's at John Boxo Comics. That might be easy to find. John's Box O Comics. Here we go. John's Box O Comics.
I'm looking.
I mean,
I got John's box of surprises.
Oh, God.
John's Box. Oh, John says winner. John, did you repost it on IG?
I can't find him.
He said winner. He's here in the chat. Did he repost on IG? What is your IG, John? He said he posted. What's your IG, John? I love this Pocket Revolt. Yes, Salty Brian is the best Brian. No, it's not. I hate Salty Brian.
Spider. Oh, that's not.
John's Box O Comics.
Oh, Spider Nerd said no. Wait. Yeah, but that's not on. There's no. I looked for that one.
Spider Nerd did post it. Thank you, Spider Nerd. John's Box O Comics. What's your IG,
Oh,
John?
I got him. You did it. Yeah, that's your boy. That's your boy. Yeah,
Woo!
yeah.
I was spelling it wrong.
Right there.
All right, John. Congratulations, John. John's Box O Comics. You pulled it off. It wasn't too hard for John's Box O Comics. Two things you had to do. I mean, Jesus.
Salty Brian is definitely the best Brian.
Is Salty Brian better than Fabio Brian?
Much love to everybody out there. We appreciate you guys. Next week, be on the lookout because we might have one of these covers that is pretty special. So,
you're not going to tease it?
Should we just tell them? We're giving away the Virgin variant. We're going to give away the Virgin variant of this.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Hallelujah.
We have Greg Horn art over Greg Horn over at greghornart.com was gracious enough to send us some regular trade dress variants, some non-trade dress, the Virgin variants, which is a beautiful cover. If you guys haven't seen it, let me go ahead and bring it up. Then let's go to greghornart.com.
We'll make next contest more clear before we go.
Yes, but you guys keep an eye on the Instagram, Tales from the Flipside Instagram page. Of course, here is the beautiful greghornsart.com and some gorgeous covers, including, look at this gorgeous.
I love the way the
Snake
man's
Eyes
mind
cover.
works. I
think we might have one of these to give away, ladies and gentlemen. A beautiful, beautiful Baroness cover. I think we might have one of those to give away, ladies and gentlemen. But more than that, I think the one everybody wants is the one that we're talking about that they just showed. Why can't I find it?
It's probably not for sale anymore.
It might not be. There it is. All right, let's see here. Hold on. Boom.
Oh, there you
I
go.
don't think you can buy them.
I
think you can buy them.
let's see here. Where is it?
It's on there. It just
But there is
well, it's showing the Virgin. It's just not
yeah.
a solo picture.
Where is it? Right here. So there it is. So we have the Virgin we are going to give away. Please keep an eye on Tales from the Flipside IG, and you will see how to win some of these gorgeous books. Like John's box of comics just won. He won the trade dress cover of the Greg Horn Virus Venom number 25. Beautiful, beautiful cover. Thank you again to Greg Horn. Make sure you guys go check out greghornart.com.
Lab Monkey Mel mentioned it's not got a share option on his IG. It's you got to do a repost, but if you're looking, we have there's the CBSI Facebook page, but we now have our own Facebook page that's public because you can't reshare out of the private group. So if you haven't joined over there,
wait a second. To hell with our horrific Facebook pages. Why aren't you guys following us on IG? I run the IG page. It's dope, dude. There's no like crybaby nonsense. No, look at my book. I only paid $4.
I am just saying, people that are not used to the repost, it's a pain in the ass. It's not a share.
Tales from the Flip Side on IG or Tales from the Flip Side CBSI or something. I don't even know, but it's awesome. I put movies on there, trailers.
We have our own Facebook page. It's not a social group. It's just where we post content. But CBSI Tales from the Flip Side.
There it is for you guys.
You can go there, and we'll be posting videos there now because we got more streams, and they're shareable from there. So if you've wanted to share our videos, or if maybe there's a share option and you're only on Facebook, that's where you're going to want to go.
And for all those people out there that are having a hard time reposting on IG, there is an app out there called the Repost app. So go get that Repost app. It's super easy.
You just screenshot it.
Yep, or screenshot it, whatever works.
Screenshot it.
Yep. And I get some people don't know how IG works, but we'll help you guys figure it out. But as Z said, here was the Tales from the Flip Side Facebook group. It is a public group, so we'll have an easier chance to share stuff out from here. But being a public group, it isn't really moderated. So
it's a page though. It's not really the same as the
yeah, it's a page. So just don't be a douchebag on there, and we won't have to send punch drunk Adam Sandler over to your house to find you. So other than that, make sure you guys check out comicbookinvest.com for all your comics and speculation needs. Shout out to John's box of comics, the big winner tonight for that gorgeous Venom cover, Venom number 25 cover from greghornart.com. And that being said, anything else, boys?
We'll catch you next week, guys.
All right. Later, guys. See you next time.